Hey guys, and welcome back to 3D Artist Pro. And in today's episode we're going to be continuing our character, this character that we're making, and today we're going to be looking at completing her shirt. We're not going to be doing these detailed portions just right now. We're going to be doing that later on, but for now we're gonna complete and make that base shirt for her. So let's get to it. And for today's session I'm gonna show you this neat tool that's called the modeling toolkit. It's this icon over here, and if you go down to the modeling toolkit you'll see this QuadDraw option. Now QuadDraw is something that's used mostly for retopologizing, like high poly meshes into low polygons, but I found that this kind of tool, it gives you the flexibility to kind of make some like complex shapes a lot easier, and I'm going to show you how. So first what we're going to do is we're going to click and select our base mesh, and up here this empty magnet says make the selected object live. We're going to click that. This is going to make our base live, and we're going to click QuadDraw now. And in QuadDraw there's this option called surface offset. By default it's turned off, and the dot that you place on your model is always like sticking inside of it, but we don't need that for our shirt, so we're going to turn on surface offset, and I think a value of 0.3 should be good, but just in case, let's see where that drops it. So yeah, 0.3 is good, and we're going to use that to model out our polygons. So you see how you drop like 1 or 2 dots, and now you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that kind of makes a polygon. If you press the shift key and hover into the center, it'll show you a highlight of the sort of polygon it's going to create. And if you just press the left click on your mouse, it's going to make that for you. So it's really super fast and super simple, and it's creating it on top of your base, and it's called polysurface 1 right now. We can even go outside of it and tweak that manually, but we're gonna do that later. Right now we're just gonna make that base. So if you press shift in between these 2 separate polygons, you'll see that it'll connect it for us automatically. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it all the way to the back, and we're only gonna do like half a portion, and the other half we're just going to basically just hit the duplicate button and repeat that over here. So I found that mostly difficult portions are portions that you need to decide to make your edges around. So I tend to do that first, so it's easier to just build everything around that. And for the sake of this one, I'm going to build the edges of the shirt first, and from there we should be able to easily guide it into creating everything else for us. So yeah, I think that should do the trick. And going up top from here, let's say, to this side, yeah, just like that. And if you hover over like a vertex, you can also move it by pressing and holding the middle mouse button and just dragging. So it gives you a pretty good control over your polygons. You can also drag edges like this. So we've got like a curve going on over here. Get like that, get like that, and yeah. And then it closes into her neck, towards her neck. So doing like this, and following it upwards like that, and over here. Move that a bit. So this kind of gives us a pretty good feel that we're on the right track. So we've made and by pressing the control key, if you hover over an edge, you can also add another edge loop. That's super handy. Just like that, we're going to connect these edges. Let's do the same for the back. There we go. And take it all the way down. And then let's do the shoulder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we got 10 here, and the same way over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're a few short. You can add those on our own like that. So yeah, got 10 here and 10 over there. And just so like properly following the reference, we need to move the ones on the downside like backwards, and ones on the upper side a bit forward. So we have this rough sketch out of our shirt, and now all we need to do is start connecting those points. So let's start by pressing the tab key and extrude the whole loop like that. Press shift key to relax the vertex points so they come to a medium mid sort of position. Press tab again, middle mouse button to drag, and make sure this don't start to randomly rotate on top of one another, because sometimes that can happen. I mean, no tool is perfect, so sometimes they do create these stupid flaws, but it's still a lot better than trying to pull out a cylinder or a cube and drawing from that, because that can take a lot more of your time. You're saving up a lot of time by quad drawing instead, and you're getting some really nice topology on top of that. So I think that's like a win-win situation. So we're almost to the intersecting point. We're going to start merging down on these. This is why we counted like 10, 10 to make sure they were all lined up, so we can merge them super easy. If they aren't, if you feel like there's one extra loop in there, then you can also delete that by pressing the Control and Shift key and pressing that edge, and voila, it's gone. I'll show you again, like Control, Shift, and left click, just delete that. So just hover in the center of that and start pressing Shift and left mouse click, and you'll start combining all of this. And voila, you've got like good sleeve going on over there. Congratulations. You saved yourself a lot of work. So continuing on here, 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 and here. We're going to make sure we're still falling on top of our base, and start to connect a few places like so. You're gonna need that edge because I'm gonna give this like a bit of elevation. It's nice to have that. So now you can see like how fast this is starting to shape up, and that's something I wanted to show you guys. Like, sometimes you're just wondering how you're supposed to do something, and you bring in a cube and you're stuck on that shape for so long. But through this method, I found that it's a lot easier to just go in and draw those shapes out. First the edges, then just combine them and you're good to go.